All right, so I'm going to go through a couple of the steps that I go through with students on lane changes and lane change procedures. So I found it's better, just like lots of things, to break it down into small steps rather than just trying to teach it all at one time. So especially if you have a student that hasn't driven much, hasn't made lane changes, especially in a bigger town like West Des Moines here with traffic, it's better to go through these things in multiple steps, multiple days, right? Rather than just throw them on the road and tell them to make a lane change with traffic around, right? So the first thing we're going to do is go through the blind spot check activity. So we talked about the blind spot glare elimination method with the side mirror adjustments. So when we do this just to show them why we widen those side mirrors out. It shows them how they can see cars coming up, closer beside the car. And then it also shows them where they're looking when they check their blind spot. If you don't do this activity with them and you say, okay, you need to check your blind spot, they don't know where they're looking. So they're just kind of looking around and they're not exactly for sure where they're looking. So sometimes they'll look twice. Sometimes they'll look longer than they need to and the car starts leaving its lane. So this is a really good activity. I've had a lot of kids say, oh, I never knew where my blind spot was. I never knew where I was supposed to look. So I think this really helps with it, okay? So you can do it a couple different ways, but I think it's good just to have them adjust their mirrors like they normally would, not the blind spot glare elimination method, so then they can widen their side mirrors out and see how widening them out helps them see me or cars coming up farther, closer towards their driver's side and passenger side front door, okay? All right, so I would just have the driver go ahead and adjust their side mirrors so they can see the side of their car without leaning over. So not the blind spot glare elimination method. So probably how their parents adjust it, or probably how a lot of people adjust it. And then it's always good to roll the windows down so they can hear you if it's not too cold out or whatever. And then just tell them, I'm going to get out of the car. I want you to look in your side mirror. I'll do the passenger side first. And as I walk up closer to the car, I'm going to disappear from the side mirror. Now you can start really far back and show them how you can transition from the rear view mirror. And as you get closer, you'll leave the rear view mirror and transition into the side mirror, and then leave the side mirror, and then that enters the blind spot area, and then have them widen their side mirror out. So, there's a couple different ways to do it, depending on how much space you have in the parking lot and how much time you want to allot for this, and kind of where the student is at too. So, all right. So I'll just get out of the car, and I'll just walk up beside the car. And again, check your side mirror, and when I disappear from your side mirror, then you'll want to look over your shoulder out the back door window. And again, the key is to try to not turn your shoulders, just to turn your head. So if you want to hold on to the steering wheel while you do this, just to kind of get a feel for it, so you're not getting in that habit of just kind of turning your whole body and your shoulders and everything. Okay. So Leslie, I don't know if you want to get out and videotape me walking up the side, or just